Hey everybody, this is Tyler McBroom and welcome to episode 13, the final Disney Week episode of Measured Results TV. It's been a fun week. I hope you've enjoyed it as much as I have talking about Disney, which I can go on for hours and hours, but I'm trying to keep them close, just a couple minute clips here. So we're going to finish today with what Disney finishes with on their training, which is they have sort of this wheel of service that they do, and it's got 4 elements, and we're going to talk about the 4th element today. You can see it up here, which we won't focus on too much all of them, but basically it goes, and this is in order on purpose: safety, courtesy, show, and efficiency. We already talked about show. Safety and courtesy are pretty obvious, but I find it curious and awesome that they finish with efficiency, and they actually address this in the training as far as why they finish with efficiency. And the reason why is because they, and this goes, and I think is a very astute observation, they want you to work efficiently, make sure you're getting the job done in a timely fashion, but not at the cost of the other 3. Safety, not at the cost of courtesy, and not at the cost of show. What does this mean? This means that, obviously, like I mentioned, you want to get the job done as fast as possible to return a good product. But you don't want to work efficiently at the cost of delivering a poor product, or being short with a customer, or maybe, cooking, serving food before it's cooked well, or whatever it may be. You want to make sure that you work with a mind of efficiency, but that in those times when it's important, efficiency, it's okay to take a back seat. To depart from Disney a bit, there's a company called Zappos, if you've heard of it. It's an online shoe retailer that has just exploded in recent years. And one of the reasons that they've exploded in recent years is because they live this motto. They have a call center, and it's not your traditional call center where you're rated by how many calls you can burn through per hour. Their call center is all about service, and the motto is take as much time as you need to make sure that customer is satisfied. They have a record call, I think it was like 5 hours and 40 minutes or something astronomical like that, but I guarantee that customer is going to be a customer for life because they took that time. Now, spending 5.5 hours with a client or a customer who's buying a $40 pair of shoes doesn't seem on paper to make sense. But on the lifetime value of that customer, if they buy 20 pairs of shoes for $50 each, that's $1,000. That's a lot more money than probably the wage of that 5 hours that person paid. If you've heard of a guy by the name of Randy Pausch, who was famous for The Last Lecture, he's a huge Disney nut too, or was a huge Disney nut. He passed away a few years ago. What his thing was is he had cancer, and then he gave a last lecture, and there was a bunch of lessons from the last lecture. One of the lessons was the lesson of the $100,000 salt and pepper shaker. And when he was at Disney World as a kid, he was 12 years old, and his parents had let him and his sister kind of roam free and have a little fun in the parks, and they decided they were going to buy a little present for their parents for taking them, and they bought a salt and pepper shaker, and it was maybe an $8 salt and pepper shaker, maybe more. It's Disney, but on their way out, they were so excited, they were skipping and jumping around, and they dropped the salt and pepper shaker. Well, most companies would say, sorry, it's the salt and pepper shaker. You already bought it, you broke it, you're out of here. But what the cast member that saw that happen did is he brought him back in, explained to him, no, it was actually my fault that I didn't pack it well enough, and gave them a free, well, not a second replacement salt and pepper shaker. And then they went and told their parents about that story, and their parents were so wowed that over their lifetime, over the next 40 years, they basically found a charity where they brought special needs people down to Disney World and had all kinds of trips go down to Disney World on an ongoing basis, specifically because of that one experience. So that $10 salt and pepper shaker ended up getting Disney over $100,000 because that cast member didn't look at the efficiency of, we can't give away another salt and pepper shaker, but instead created that amazing, remember we talked about yesterday, that experience and that memory, and at the sacrifice of efficiency, took that time to spend with those kids that were devastated. So efficiency is important. It's one of the things that allows you to not have to charge crazy prices or lose money. It helps you be profitable by being efficient. But sometimes it's good to be a little less efficient for those long-term profits. So invest in today and the future by keeping your work efficient, but not too efficient. Hope you found that helpful. That's the end of Disney Week. And this weekend, I'll be off to Orlando. So I'll see you next time when I get back. And have a great weekend.